Lancet Laboratories is one of the leading pathology laboratories operating throughout Africa, providing vital diagnosis and monitoring pathology services in 11 countries, with over 200 laboratories and depots throughout South Africa.
My name is Peter de Wet. I'm the Group Marketing Director for Lancet Laboratories. We operate throughout the African continent. Essentially, we provide pathology services to doctors, to patients, the insurance industry, the industrial industry. We started off almost 70 years ago now as a fairly small partnership in the centre of Johannesburg, and slowly with the passage of time we've expanded our operations and we now operate in 12 countries on the African continent. We have 105 laboratories in South Africa, and we have 250 facilities within South Africa. When I talk about a facility, it's a place where a patient can go to give us a specimen, so in other words, have blood drawn. In South Africa itself, we employ 4,600 people, of whom roughly 1,000 are medical technologists, roughly 1,000 nursing staff, and currently 92 pathologists in South Africa. We deal with private sector patients, primarily medical aid, but obviously cash patients as well, and the same is true on the rest of the continent. You will find some markets where medical aid is not something which is normally used, so patients tend to be cash paying patients. And we get one of two types of referral, if you like. The one is where you go to your doctor, the doctor says, please go to Lancet, we need to run some tests. The other one is where the patient comes in. It's a known diabetic patient, for example, and they want to check their glucose, so they can come in as well. Outside of South Africa, on the rest of the continent, we operate over in the west, in Ghana, Nigeria, then over onto the east, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and then coming south, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Swaziland, and then obviously South Africa. Outside of the borders of South Africa, we employ 1,500 folk, and for us, we're very proud of the fact that every single country is fully staffed, fully managed by local citizens.
People often wonder, what is the importance of blood tests? Why do you need a blood test? The risk that may occur in the process and the safety aspects of carrying out the test.
Your doctor is going to want to do tests either to confirm a diagnosis. Okay? So, for example, if the doctor thinks you're a diabetic, we'll then run a couple of tests. The other thing is follow up on treatment. If the doctor is treating you for, let's say, tuberculosis, and they want to check if you're clear, that would be another type of test.
Lancet is committed to ensuring the highest accuracy and precision in all their services, with an extensive range of pathology services coupled with highly technical and modern machinery.
If you go to any one of our depots anywhere across the continent, obviously you need to have a request form, so you need to know what you want. Best thing to do is to go there having consulted with your doctor, so you know exactly what you're looking for. There's not much to prepare except maybe sleep the night before. Okay. The only time you may be asked to prepare, for example, is if you're going to have a glucose tolerance test, or if you're going to be having a fasting cholesterol, anything that requires you to abstain from food. So generally your doctor will tell you don't eat from 10 o'clock at night. And then you go into the lab, we take your blood, and then you can eat. Could be anything from 2 hours to a couple of weeks. So it really depends on the test. So if we're talking about a blood glucose test, for example, that's quick. We'll get that within an hour or two. Okay? But if it's histology, and histology is if you've gone into theatre and your doctor's taken let's say a sample of your skin, and he wants to check if that's cancerous or not, we may have to do a couple of stains. So that could take 7 days, 10 days. Easiest thing to do is to go onto our South African website, www.lancet.co.za. Pick up the country. If you go into Africa, you can pick up your country. You'll get all the contact details there. Alternatively, you can always Google Lancet and you'll pick up your local contact details as well.